What is going on, everybody? I just want to make this video to give my review of how 9th edition is unfolding so far. If you watch some of my other videos, you know I'm not necessarily a super hyped up fan right now. I don't think it's any particular fault of GW. I think it has a good portion, or a good, let's say COVID has a good role in this. But literally, I'm very not just excited at all about 9th edition 40k. And then they announced today, they did another preview. There's more Space Marines. They all look cool. There's new Necrons. They all look cool. And then they show us the next 4 codexes, which is Blood Angels, Space Wolves, Death Watch, Death Guard. So Space Marine, Space Marine, Space Marine, Death Guard. So that will give us, going into 2021, Space Marines, all the Space Marine supplements. Now, I assume the older ones will get updated at some point. I don't think they were written with 9th edition in mind, despite what they tell you. So they might see an update, but this way they don't have to update them anytime soon, because all the Marines will have their own little supplemental book. We'll have Necrons and Death Guard. And then Death Watch, actually, I think Death Watch will have their own book. You know, I'm not 100% sure on that. Let me know in the comments below. Does Death Watch a codex supplement and they still have to buy the big Space Marine book? Or do they have their own book like before? They might actually be a supplement as well. So this is leading us into 2021. We're not seeing anything else before the new year. Here in Phoenix, Arizona, there's not really any sign of COVID letting up necessarily. Game stores are still basically just letting you shop, and really no gaming going on. Here at the house, I've been playing some Warcry, and lately we've been playing some Gloomhaven, and I've been painting at a buddy's apartment on Wednesdays, which is kind of getting me back into the swing of things, but I'm just not, like, 2021, January 2021 seems, I know it's not that far away, but we're talking next year, man. We're talking next year. So when I'm thinking, do I want to paint 20 Eldar Guardians and I'm not even going to play them until next year? No, I don't really want to paint them at all. Like, because painting like a unit of 20 is a bit of a chore, whereas painting some cool little characters just for fun, like right now I'm painting an old school Treeman. He'll be up for sale on eBay. I'm working on some Warcry stuff. We'll do this, actually. We'll get into that in an channel update video. Anyway, 40K. Okay, so if you don't play Space Marines or Death Guard or Necrons, it's really hard for me personally, and maybe you, if you relate, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinion on this. It's hard to get motivated to want to be involved in 40K right now. It's hard to be motivated to watch people's 40K content videos, which I assume would include this one, right? If you're not really feeling 40K, you might just skip right over this one and, not be interested. And I get that, because I'm the same way. I'm not digging much 40K podcasts lately. I'm not watching battle reports. I don't really watch people paint the 40K models. Just not that pumped about it, really. And let's say, I believe they might have even hinted that Dark Angels might get their supplement next year early, so maybe they're a January release with some kind of Xenos release alongside it. But for example, I do have Space Marines, but I'm going to be selling them. I'm not interested in buying the new Space Marine books, so I'm not going to play them. I have Eldar and AdMech. Now, I'm not going to play 9th edition until Eldar or AdMech get their 9th edition codex. I don't believe for one second these Psychic Awakenings were designed for 9th edition in mind. They weren't. But we'll find that out in October. Because if they truly were designed for 9th edition in mind, then when that new Space Marine book comes out, it will still allow you to use the Psychic Awakening Space Marine stuff. But I have a suspicion that the new Space Marine Codex will invalidate your Space Marine Psychic Awakening stuff, and they'll take some of it and include it in your book, and some of it probably will just disappear. We'll see in October. That'll be interesting if my prediction comes out to be correct on that. But let's say in January they come out with Dark Angels and a Xenos, and let's say it is Tyranids or Orcs or Genestealer Cult or Harlequins or Dark Eldar. You see what I'm saying? That means now I'm not playing in January, right? And then let's say the next month it's, Tyranids and Genestealer Cult. Okay, now I'm not playing in February. Now it's Imperial Guard and Orcs or Dark Eldar. Okay, now I'm not playing in March, right? You get what I'm saying? Until I know the AdMech or Eldar Codex are basic, they have to show me the cover of the book in a Warhammer community article. I want to see where it's coming. If they have a picture of it and saying, first quarter next year, all right, that gives me a little something to work with. Maybe I'll get a little excited, try to get a Crusade army together or something. But right now, I just don't care at all. And like I said, part of it's probably just the COVID, not gaming as much, staying home a lot more. I don't know. Just maybe the way this rolled out too, and then the way it's rolling out. I'm sure this wasn't planned. Obviously, this got mixed up because of COVID, but at the end of 8th edition, we got this really strong new Space Marine stuff. I was playing some Iron Hands a little bit with my Primaris guys because they actually finally felt like they could do something. And I'm sure the other supplements were nice as well. But I was playing Dreadnoughts that could now move and shoot, right? Now, of course, in 9th edition, they'll be able to do that, but I just kind of lost interest in the Space Marines. But, I wasn't building any of the cheeseball Iron Hands lists. I was using Redemptor Dreadnoughts that could move and shoot. That was exciting enough to me. I had Hell Blasters, just normal run-of-the-mill stuff. But so anyway, the end of 8th edition is this big-time powerhouse Space Marine edition. We go into 9th edition. Of course, Space Marine's got to get their first book out real quick because they're the biggest seller. But we're going from powerhouse Space Marine late 8th edition to powerhouse 9th edition Space Marines because they still got all their good rules, plus they got all these new Indominus units that we don't really know how they're going to play out yet. Points haven't been adjusted or anything yet. And then we're going to go straight into Space Marine Codex, which is going to be even better, I assume. If you think those Eradicators are good now, just wait till they get a stratagem that gives them +1 to wound or shoot 2 more times or whatever, right? A lot of units can get way, way better as soon as they get a stratagem that directly affects them or buffs them. And they got so many new units and vehicles coming, and we're going to have tons of stratagems. And I feel like if you felt, and I'm not even worried about being left behind as far as power creep or anything like that, but if you felt like maybe it was getting a little dull in 8th edition, I feel like the way 9th edition is rolling out, it's staying very dull to me. And like I said, I'm sure it wasn't planned like this necessarily. Things got mixed up because of the pandemic. But for me, I'm just not really digging it right now. So probably not a super ton of 40k videos from me in the near future, but we'll do that in a channel update. So thank you so much. Let me know how you feel about 9th edition 40k because I really want to find out if I'm alone in this, or if maybe other people are feeling the same way. So let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.